been used to solving these equations? Everyone could solve something like that, I hope, right now at this point in your math career. We are going to change these to make it look like this. That's our goal today, all right, is to get these fractional equations to look like this. And the only way we're going to do it is getting rid of the entire denominators. So getting rid of the x minus 2, getting rid of the 3, and getting rid of the x minus 2. That's our goal. Clear out the denominators. So I just have numerators remaining. How are we going to get to that point where we clear out the denominators? You're going to take over, and you're going to find me a common denominator. We have a lot of practice in this. All right, a lot of practice. Everyone see the 3 denominators here. Okay, so let's talk about what is the appropriate common denominator now for this one. Common denominator. And you guys know the procedure to find the common denominator. First thing, what's in common? Look at all 3 denominators. What do they have in common? An x minus 2. So you know that is going to go into your common denominator. An x minus 2. So they are in there. And you also have to put in what? What is all left over? A 3. Okay? So the common denominator here is going to be 3 times x minus 2. And that is what I'm going to multiply all 3 of those fractions by. Is 3 times x minus 2. Do not distribute. Do not distribute. 3 times x minus 2. And then again, 3 times x minus 2. Don't distribute. And watch what happens. Watch right now how every single denominator gone. Ready? What do I cancel out in the first pair? X minus 2's gone. Denominator. That's my goal. Get rid of them. X minus 2 gone. What am I left with? The 3, and I got to multiply it by x plus 2. Go ahead now distribute. 3x plus 6. Hey, do you see any more denominator? So don't put it. It's just going to confuse you. Don't put any more denominator. It's gone. It got canceled out. All right, let's keep going. Is that a minus or a plus? Ooh, boy, I'm starting you off rough. What cancels out here? The 3's. So what are you going to distribute here? Negative 4. Go ahead. So it's going to be minus 4x plus 8. Yeah, hey, no denominator anymore, right? You guys can solve this. This is something we could solve. Equals x minus 2's are gone. So what are the only 2 things I need to multiply? There you go. Look, hey, look at that bad boy. Look at that. That's nice. We can handle this. All right, go ahead, solve it. Go ahead and solve it. Oh, boy. Negative 1? We good? Okay, now, this is why you brought your calculators today, because we are not done. We need to check our answer to make sure it works. Reject the answer today. All right, so this is how we are going to check our answers. Have I this year, or maybe you've dealt with last year, using the store button on your calculator? Has anyone ever? Okay, some people have, some people haven't. I'll start from scratch then. Okay, what we're going to do right now is we're going to store our answer, what we think is our answer, in for x into the calculator. So we got negative 1 for x. So this is how we store it into the calculator. You type your answer in. So I got negative 1 in, and I am going to store that in for x. So again, store key right above the on, in for x, press enter. It's stored in there now. Okay. I go back to the original problem. All right, my original problem. X plus 2 over x minus 2 minus 4/3. I'm going to put that in as it is with the x into my calculator right now. All right, so again, I'm going to get my fraction template out, alpha y equals, and I'm going to put in x plus 2 over x minus 2 minus 4/3, so another fraction template. Everybody good so far? Can we all do, honestly, please tell me, because I did a horrible job of this last year. Can we all put that into the calculator with the fraction templates? Okay, because I will show you how to do it. We're all good? Okay. Equals, it gives me an answer. So that left side equals negative 5/3. I want to make sure the right side of the equal sign also equals negative 5/3. So does everyone see the right side of the equal sign? So now I'm going to type in what? Alpha y equals, what am I going to plug in now? 5 over x minus 2, and I'm praying that it comes out to be negative 5/3, because if it does, we're good to go. All right, we found the correct answer. If it doesn't come out to be negative 5/3, I better go back and check my work again. All right, because the answer is not negative 1. Ah, beautiful. Both sides, left and right, came out to be negative 5/3. All right, everyone good with that check? I don't understand why students don't check when your calculator is doing all the work for you. You don't have to write down a thing for me. Okay? Questions, comments? Yes?
How do you unstore?
Okay, how do you, next time we check, which we will today, we're just going to store another number in for x, and that overwrites it. Okay, so there's really no unstoring until we plug another number in for x. Okay? Questions, comments? All right. One doesn't make you great. Ooh, how about this one? Okay, I want to get rid of all these denominators. So we have to find a common one. Before we do, what are we going to have to do with the fraction on the right in the denominator? What do we have to do to that fraction? Factor it, yeah, so I can see all these. And what does it factor into? X plus 3, x plus 4. Okay, so now I'm focused on that. I'm finding out a lot of you guys, hey, I don't want to look at that anymore, even though you could still see through it. Never mind. What's your common denominator now? I'm just going to put CD. What's in common? Give me something that's in common. Hannah. X plus 3s, yep. Is there anything else in common? Carter, x plus 4. Did I forget anything? Did I forget anything? Or I got it all? Hey, I got the x plus 3s. They're good. I got the x plus 4s. There's nothing left. There's your common denominator. That's what I'm going to multiply each of those by. So x plus 3 and x plus 4. X plus 3 and x plus 4. X plus 3 and x plus 4. Everyone doing all right today? Good to hear. We're here, 20? Is that the number? Here we go, number 7. What can I cross out the first one? Yep. Okay, x plus 3s, and what are you left with? Times 5, so go ahead, sir. What did you feed in your face with today now? I can live with that. It is, not bad. Okay, well, we got some Lay's chips there. Not a big fan of those, but it's fine. Okay, you don't have to. Just said I wasn't a big fan. Calm it down. All right. Next one, what crosses out? Here you go, 5. What crosses out? x plus 4s, and what are we left with? Minus? Rattled. You were right. I'm just asking why. You distributed what? Not a 3, but a? Nice job. Be confident. No more denominators, right? Anytime I'm solving for x, I want to get rid of it. Okay, here we go. Equals. What crosses out? What cancels out on the next one? Pretty nice over here. How about 3? Everything goes. So I'm just left with what there, Jack? That's it. Good job, kids. Good job. So now we got something we can solve up there. We're getting 5. Okay, go ahead. I will walk around right now. Store 5 in for x. Type in the left side. Find out the value. Make sure it matches what you type in, or make sure it matches what you find when you type in the right side. So go ahead. Not too bad yet, right? Not too bad. First 2. All right, let's step up your game now. Whoa. Okay. Here we go. Common denominator. Is there anything to factor? Okay. What's in common what's in common at least 2 out of the 3? An x, so that's definitely got to go in the common denominator, right? X. So I already had those done. And what's left over? An x plus 1. So does everyone see what my common denominator is? What was in common? X, got it in there. And then what's left over? X plus 1. Again, no need, don't distribute. Please don't distribute. I prefer you don't. Please, questions on that? I'll give it away because I know there's still 3 people that haven't taken it, but that was an issue yesterday when you took the quiz. Okay? That was the common denominator. All right? So here we go. Let's multiply everything by x times x plus 1. I won't tell you which number it was, but. Okay, help me out. What crosses out? Let's go. First one, what crosses out? 12, what crosses out? Which one? X, yep. Ooh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. You got to do what here? Just double distribute, FOIL. I'm not a big fan of the FOIL term, but double distribute, yeah. Okay, so here we go. X squared plus, when I double distribute, x squared plus, okay, some of you want to put the 2x there, that's fine. I'll just go simple and go x plus 1. But if you want to just put 2x because you're above me, go ahead. What crosses out in the next one? Next one, what do you got for me, 14? The x's again. So I'm left with x minus 1 times x plus 1. Got to double distribute again. FOIL, yep. X plus 1 times x minus 1. So we'll end up with x squared. What's going to happen to those 2 middle terms? Cancel. I'm going to put them there. But if you don't want to write them, that's fine. And then it's going to be minus 1. Again, I am just writing everything out, foiling everything. I know you guys can combine the middle terms. Go ahead. And then over on the other side of the equal sign, what do you got? 2. What do you got? What crosses out? Yep. Remember, no more denominator. So what are you distributing here? Yep, go ahead.
X squared
Plus 6?
plus 6x.
That's what I thought. Okay, we all right? Okay, let's combine like terms now. Ready? How many x squareds do I have up here? Are we all right with this? I remember that was that first day of school, second day of school. Was it in this class? We had the issue combining x squared, and people were looking at me like, no, not this one. You're better than that anyway, right? 2x squared. All right, how many total x's do I have up here? Well, I got 2, right? Here. I got 3 here, minus one of them, so I have 2x. And what's the deal with the ones? See ya! Go on. Oh, I am very interested on how you want to solve this now. First time we've had an x squared today.
First you put like terms on the same side, so you subtract x squared from the right hand side and subtract 2x from the left hand side, and then switch your side thereon, so you get 3x squared equals 4x.
Close. Everyone sees an x squared, which usually tells me I need to factor sooner or later. And I can't factor unless one side is equal to 0. So yes, you do want to move things over, but move everything over to one side. Okay? So when I have an x squared here, I'm going to move everything over to one side, make it equal to 0. And again, you have your choice. You know my preference. Do I ever like anything with negatives out in front of x squareds? Nope. So I'm going to move this x squared over and get x squared. I'm going to move this 6x over and get what? Negative 4x. Set it equal to 0 now. Okay, you see an x squared and an equal sign, get one side equal to 0. Okay, what are your suggestions now? We've been doing it all along. It's never going away. Ooh, DOPS. Oh, another, by the way, you guys that didn't take the exam, you're getting hints galore here, but yeah, that was a big issue yesterday. You guys use DOPS here. It's not DOPS. Why not? What do I always ask you to look for first? Thank you. What is it? It's not DOPS. Is that x a perfect square? No, it's not DOPS. You should have 2 final answers here. 2 final answers. X equals, don't say anything. X equals, don't say anything. What are those answers? Number 11, what are those answers? Okay, you know 4 definitely, right? And hey, did I take out a variable or just a number? A variable, so I set it equal to 0. So x equals 0 and x equals 4. Stop. Everybody stop. Questions on here down? Anything? We all good? Why I make sure you move everything, get it equal to 0, factor it correctly, set each of them equal to 0. So now we got 2 answers, or do we? Store in 0. Let me know what happens, kids. Store in 0 for me and try that left side, and let me know what happens. What happens when you store in 0 and type in the left side? What's your calculator telling you? Error. It's giving an error, right? Everyone make sure you get an error, please. Everyone getting an error when you type in the left side with 0 stored in. You're darn right you're getting an error. Anybody know why? Yeah, hey, look, guys, look, ready? You take x with 0, plug it in for here. What do I get in the denominator? That's a no-no. That's an undefined fraction. That's what your calculator is telling you. Okay, so can 0 be an answer? No, that gets a big reject. Fellas, story of some of your lives. All right. Does everyone see? Your calculator tells you 0 can't work. And even if you want to just glance up, I can't have 0 in the denominator. All right. How about 4? Go ahead, store 4 in now. Check both sides. Working on both sides? Did you even do it, Matt? Is it equal on both sides or no? You sure? What?
Nothing.
Go ahead, come at me. What do you got?
No, I didn't.
Okay. How's everybody checking, all right? What kind of gum you got?
I don't know if I'm sure Joe's mom. What?
Well, did anybody? I heard a mom in there. That was it. But you don't know what kind you're putting in your mouth? Who doesn't know what kind of gum? Big Red. It's the only way to go. I could chew this for 12 hours and still be good to go. Keep that in your mind, everybody. Big Red. Gum of choice. That gets a little mushy after a while, though. It starts disintegrating literally in your mouth. It's gross. Big Red never disintegrate. Just keeps going strong. Always rely on it. I go homeroom through 4th period with this. Last one, ready? Whew, all right. Couple things first. Couple things. What can I do to the one of the denominators? Factor it. Okay, so go ahead. Y squared minus 9. That is DOPS. Y minus 3. Y plus 3. Okay, before we find a common denominator, do you notice anything between these two? They're what of each other? Opposites, yes. If you notice 2 opposites in the denominator, take out -1. All right, take out a -1 from one of them. All right, so yes, I noticed these 2 right here are opposites. Everyone, we're in agreement? So if you see opposites, take one of them and take a -1 out. So ready? I take a -1 out. What's it going to look like when I take a -1 out now? Don't yell anything out because I want to hear from somebody. So take a -1 out. What's it going to look like? 8. What's it going to look like? -3 plus y. Why do I want you to take out a -1? These are the same things now. Now it's very easy to write your common denominator because these are the same. So speaking of the common denominator, here we go. What is it going to be now? Give me something in common with those 3 fractions, or 2 out of the 3, doesn't matter. What's in common? 14. Give me one thing in common. Y plus 3. So they have a y plus 3 in common. That's going to go. Okay, so y plus 3s are gone. Give me something else that's in common here, because there's one more thing that's in common. 8, what else is in common? Y minus 3, thank you. That's in common. Got the y plus 3s, you got the y minus 3s. Is there anything still left over I should put in? Because there is. What's still all by is lonesome? -1. 1. Yes, that negative 1 is still there. So there is your total common denominator, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! You all right there, Emma? Great. How's this working with this crew over here? Best group in the nation? Or no? Whew. That's a lot to look at there. All right, let's go. Let's take our time. Let's start canceling what we can. Here we go. Who's got 14? 14? I didn't even ask anything yet. I could have just been asking how you doing today. What do you want to cross out? So now you have to multiply all 3 of those. Right? Everyone agree? I got to multiply all 3. I don't care how you do it. Probably the easiest way is, ready? What do I get with negative 1 times y? Negative y. So hey, how about I do this? So we don't get all nuts on ourselves. I'll just go negative y times, what do I still have to multiply by? Y minus 3. If you want to do that in your head right now and write that down, that's fine. Whatever floats your boat, guys. I'm just doing a step at a time. Everyone see where I got the negative y from? Negative 1 times y. All right, next one. Who's got 17? Nobody? Okay, good talk. How about 1? Somebody's got 1. Oh, great. Here. Hey, remember, look at this hoop, right? So what's going to cross out?
The y minus 3.
Yep, they're the same thing, hoop, right? Same thing. So they're gone. And I can also get rid of the...
I want to get rid of the negative 1.
Yeah, go.
I want to cross out negative 1 and 1. Or the negative 1.
So what's left? And I got to multiply it by? I got you.
Negative 1. Or negative y.
Go ahead and multiply it by negative y for me. What do you got?
We're going to get negative y squared plus, or excuse me, minus 3y.
Not bad, young one. I expected less. Too harsh? Too harsh? You okay? You over it? You and your Trader Joe gum?
My mom bought
Flavor on that's cute too that your mom did it. Who would admit that? And let's just say I bought it at least.
Dentist, you must know it's good.
My mommy got it for me. And then I'll get a phone call in a couple minutes. Matt forgot his lunch. Can he come down to the main office? His mom dropped it off for him. The worst one here, I don't know if you guys were here or not. It might have been too long for you guys, but over the announcements, I think it was after school. It was like, so-and-so, please come to the front entrance. Your mother is waiting for you. It was like, all right. It's pretty embarrassing. And finally, right side of the equal sign. What do we have? 13. What are we going to get rid of here? 13? Who? Oh, is it? How did you end up with 1 and she ended up with 13? How about 12? Brendan? First of all, what are you going to cross out there, stud? And what's the only thing you're left with on top to multiply? Negative 1 times 18, negative 18. Here we go, guys. Sorry there, that took a little longer. Can't do math the whole time, right? Got to throw some people in the roaster. Okay, I'm not going to ask anybody. I got to save some time here. Negative y squared plus 3y minus y squared minus 3y equals negative 18. What's going to happen now to the 3y's? They're cancel each other out. Do the y squareds cancel each other out? Absolutely not, but that will be negative 2y squared equals negative 18. Really interested to see what you want to do from here. Because there are two different ways we could go here. Just try it out. Hi, Hannah. How are you? I'm hanging in there. Thanks for asking. Okay, we can divide by negative 2. Yep, you could have also brought the 18 over and made one side equal to 0 and factored. Okay, but Hannah said, hey, divide by negative 2. And when I do that, Hannah, I end up with y squared equals 9. What I would prefer you to factor, and here's why. Hannah's at 100% correct. I think you're going to forget about something right now, doing it this way, but we'll see. Y is going to be equal to plus or minus 3, yeah. I worry that if you did it this way, people would just say 3. Okay, if you factored, you would have seen it, yes, it is plus or minus 3. Yep. Whoa, whoa. We still got to what? Check it. All right, check it. What? When you take, remember, Matt, when you take the square root of a positive number, you get the plus and minus version from it.
Yeah, so do we just do, or checking, we just do minus 3 and then we get plus 3?
Correct, yes. So store negative 3 in for X, or for Y. Again, you guys, anybody know you got the Y button on your calculator right above number 1? You could also store it in for X and just keep it X instead of Y. That's your call. Okay, but if you want to go just based on how the problem looks, the Y button is located right above the Y. And you guys tell me why you're getting frustrated when you type all this stuff in. Anybody getting frustrated yet? Oh, another error for which one, Carter? Whoa, whoa, wait a second, wait a second. You got an error for what? You got an error for what? So negative 3 and 3, you both got errors for. Right? Whoa, that stinks, huh? Well, here's why you got errors. Take a look. Ready? Here's why you got an error. Plug in negative 3 right here. What do you get in the denominator? Can't do it. Plug in positive 3 right here for the numerator in the denominator. What do you get? 0. So guess what? Both answers do not work. So there's two different ways you could write it. Ready? You can just write no solution. Or you can be fancy. Anybody know this one? A what? Extraneous. Oh, that's a big word. You could write extraneous roots, yes? Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking, anybody seen this before? That means empty set. There's no answer. Empty set. The set of answers is empty. There is no answer. So you could write either one if both solutions do not work, which you're going to get tonight, FYI. Okay? While I'm here, go ahead, get started on those 2 problems that you have below. And you got a couple of problems from your book from the assignment. Work right to the bell, please. Do not pack up. I want to make sure you can at least do a couple of these on your own.